There's loads of advice about manifesting all over YouTube. And if you've spent any time going down the rabbit hole to figure out why your manifestation isn't working, or if you've just felt frustrated, just generally, whenever you are trying to change something in your life and you feel like you take 2 steps forward and 3 steps back, then you may find this video especially helpful. So, most people will tell you you need to do scripting and affirmations and do hypnosis and visualize and make a vision board and do all of these things to rewire your mind and repattern your thoughts so that you can believe in the change that you want to see and create so that you can manifest what it is that you're wanting. Whether it's a new person, a car, a raise, a new client, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest in your life. What I've seen in a lot of videos about manifesting is people recommending that you have to either want it really, really bad, or that you need to decide what you want and then completely let it go. Let go of your expectations, just leave it off to the universe to bring it to you. People will also tell you that you need to become a vibrational match. They will tell you that you need to act as if, that you need to be so committed to the reality where that thing exists and completely ignore your current reality. This is actual advice that people are giving about manifesting and the law of attraction and how to create results in your life. And while these things can be really helpful to help you let go of expectations and get out of your own way, there's something missing in the picture that is so crucial for you to understand. And here's the reality for most people. If you feel frustrated that you haven't been able to manifest something, there might be a very good reason for it. Not having your manifestation and feeling frustrated by this might be the conditions that you need in order to discover something very important about yourself. In other words, there's a lesson for you to learn where you're at right now before your manifestation can come. Let's take money, for example. Okay, so the reason why I decided to make this video this evening is because I just did a session today with a client of mine who was trying to manifest money and has been doing so much work on herself to get into the energy of abundance and to think positive thoughts about herself. She told me all of the things that she was doing to make more money and to get a better job. She's been watching all of these YouTube videos about getting into the right mindset. She's been listening to meditations. She's been visualizing and trying to see herself as abundant, but nothing was really changing. And she was getting increasingly frustrated. She did see some results, but it was so slow and it was taking so long. And she would take a few steps forward and she would feel like she would take a few steps back. She just couldn't understand why it was so hard and why all of these things that seemed to work so well for other people just didn't work for her. And what actually started to happen is she started to feel like an imposter, like she was just lying to herself and she was faking it. And it started to create even more frustration for her. If this is something that you've been struggling with, don't worry, you're not alone. I've been through this frustration myself. And so many people come to me and say, I don't understand why it's not working for me. I'm doing all of the things and it's just taking so long. Why is this so hard? And what I help people understand is that there's a very good reason why things aren't changing in your life. And you need to understand what that reason is so that you can get out of your own way. So in our session today, I helped my client see where she was actually avoiding responsibility. You see, she was doing all of these things, these more passive ways of trying to manifest things. But when it came down to it, she was actually avoiding changing her life and taking new action. She was afraid of confrontation. She was afraid of trying new things, and she was afraid of moving forward in her life. Up until our session today, what she was wanting was some kind of magic wand result where someone could just come in and make all of her pain go away and make all of her challenges go away without actually learning anything. And she was wanting someone to save her, whether it was a relationship, whether it was more money, whether it was somebody to come in and wave a magic wand and make all of her problems go away. But here's the reality of it. We go through painful experiences, and those painful experiences help us to learn and grow and evolve. So if you're not actually learning anything from what you're going through, then you're not going to take new action. And if you're not going to take new action, then you're going to keep recycling the same results. Doesn't matter how much you visualize, it doesn't matter what you repeat to yourself in the mirror. If you aren't learning something new, if you haven't discovered some kind of a new awareness about yourself, nothing's really going to change in your life. Or little things could change. You can manifest a free coffee, $100, a few small things. But when it comes to the things that really, really are important to you, they're important to you for a reason, because there's something for you to learn about. But if you don't learn your lessons, you will just keep repeating the same patterns. So how do you learn these lessons then? One of the most direct ways is what I call shadow work. And it's about understanding your subconscious mind and why you do the things that you do. Whenever I talk about doing the work, this is what I'm referring to. It's about integrating these unconscious aspects of yourself, things that are running your life anyways, but you have to bring them to the surface. And it's usually the things that we least want to face. It's the things that trigger us the most in our relationships. It's the circumstances and the fears and the resentments that we hold. Those things will point to the lessons that you need to learn. And when you learn those lessons, you will literally unlock that area of your life so the energy can flow. It is a really nice fantasy to imagine you can wave a magic wand and make everything just magically appear. But that's just not what we're here for. Money and relationships are actually some of the greatest tools that will empower you to meet the depths of your soul. So if you're trying to manifest money and you're struggling and you're not getting it, there's something important for you to learn. And it might be completely unrelated to money. It might have to do with your relationship with your mother. This is the thing about it. People think, oh, if I don't have enough money, I just need to repeat, I'm abundant, I'm rich, I'm a millionaire, affirmations. But the reality is, that's definitely helpful. Sometimes that's really what you need. But if you have something going on, you think it's unrelated, you think, oh no, that's like my relationship stuff and this is my money stuff. But it is all connected. Because if you could just say a magical affirmation and the money would appear, why would you ever learn your lesson? Why would you go into the depths of your psyche to heal something that's actually really important for your overall health and well-being and your aliveness and thriving in your life and in your health and your relationships? If you just got the money, you could just pay for things that are going to make you numb. You could easily pay for any kind of distractions or addictive things that would prevent you from growing and changing. Just having more money actually helps you to forget your pain. And if you're forgetting about it, it means you're not healing it. And most people are here. Lattes and parties and beer and video games and all of these things that will just keep you busy. And there's nothing wrong with any of those things. It's just that if you are doing those in an addictive way and not sitting with yourself and not feeling your emotions and not dealing with the stuff that has happened, but you just might have enough money to keep avoiding yourself and avoiding feeling your feelings and healing the things that want your attention. And that's why people get into drugs and drinking, because there's something so uncomfortable that you don't want to look at, that if you were just to get more money or just get the relationship or the next achievement, you could continue to bury your feelings and the things you don't want to face. And the things you don't want to face are usually shame and guilt and fear and these lower emotions that nobody wants to look at. But the reality is, when you actually go in and look at those things, you can set yourself free. And when you set yourself free, the energy starts to flow again. And this is how you manifest things, with flowing energy. So you might think that you want more money so that you can travel, so that you can dress a certain way, so you can have a certain house or a car or whatever it is, these things that you want that you think are going to make your life better. these things you want to achieve and experience because you think then it's going to make your life better. But the reality is, if you can't be at peace right now with none of those things are going to bring you peace. None of those things are going to actually be enough to make you feel happy and fulfilled. And all you're actually doing is dangling a carrot in front of your face. Every single time I help somebody break through a money block or a relationship block or something that's they're not sure why they're feeling stuck no matter what they do, there's always a very important lesson that they learn about themselves. And especially when it comes to money, what most of my clients experience has to do with self-worth and self-abandonment. So if you're feeling stuck in any area of your life, there's an important lesson for you to learn. My top 3 recommendations for getting to the lesson that you need to learn. Number 1 is meditation. If you can sit with yourself, most people find that it takes about a half an hour before you can kind of just settle your mind and your body. And then 30 minutes to 40 minutes is when you can really start to break through and have that quiet mind feeling where you can connect to and understand yourself with much more clarity. Now, a lot of people have a hard time sitting that long and get frustrated and have a hard time with it. So the second option I would say is writing, journaling, stream of consciousness writing, and doing it every single day. This is what I did before I knew about hypnotherapy. So I was frustrated. I couldn't sit and meditate, and I was just journaling and I was writing, and I was actually really angry at the time. I was frustrated. I didn't know, I felt really lost in my life. I didn't know what I was doing. And I didn't know what to do except write. I needed to get my thoughts out. I didn't really have anyone to talk to. I felt really alone. And so I just started writing like crazy, crazy fast. I learned this technique from Julia Cameron she wrote about this in The Artist's Way. It's a book. And she basically just talks about doing morning pages, which is where you take a pen and a paper and you write and you just fill it out and you write as fast as possible without stopping for 3 full pages. And I started doing that. And I started to see my mind. I started to see the things that were repeating. I could see it on paper. And then all of a sudden, I started to get these major insights. And I started to go, oh my gosh, this is what's going on for me. I could start to see the patterns. I could see the things that I was needing to learn for myself. So that really got me started. Now, if you've been doing the work, if you have done some therapy, maybe some coaching, or you've done some stuff and you have a pretty good self-awareness, the lessons become subtler and subtler. So I have a lot of clients who are coaches and healers and hypnotherapists, and they come to me and they go, I should know this stuff. Why, I don't understand why I'm getting stuck. But guess what? We're social creatures for a reason, okay? We're meant to help each other. There's no shame. I will probably forever and always have some form of mentor or somebody that can help me to see my blind spots and uplift me and just shine light on the places that will help to activate the things that I'm wanting to experience in my life. It's so much easier when we do it together. So I have a really unique way of helping people to get the lessons that they need to learn really, really quickly. So the third option is to work with somebody who can help you access your subconscious mind. If you're interested in learning how I can help you make really quick shifts in your life, I have workshops, and also I offer one-on-one transformation sessions. We've got powerful workshops on relationships, sex, communication, money, client attraction, procrastination, feeling confident in your body, and so many topics. So come to thelivingnarrative.com or click the link in the description below. And if you'd like to learn more about shadow work, you might be interested in checking out some of these videos. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.